guys, welcome to another interesting segment on Home Truth Nigeria. So this is another interesting topic to talk on, and this time we're talking on tips on how to date younger Nigerian men. Now, one thing that is so sure and certain is that a lot of women who are subscribed to my channel are dating younger Nigerian men. I can say more than half of the subscribers in my channel are dating younger Nigerian men. Even if the man is 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, or even few months younger, it is very, very certain that a lot of you are dating younger Nigerian men. Now, the truth is, out of 10 Nigerian men you meet in an online relationship, 7 or 8 of them are dating women who are older than them. And that's why today I want to talk on tips on how to date younger Nigerian men as requested. So I want to give you tips, to expose you on how you should date younger Nigerian men. That will help you also psychologically because a lot of you are with this Nigerian man who is younger, but at the same time, you are thinking if this dude is true. I mean, your brain is racing to other angles. Although you're in love, you like him, but you're just thinking if there's something that is happening that could, actually come back and bite you. Now, the first thing you need to understand, and I'm saying this not to spite you, but this is just the truth, is that Nigerian men prefer younger women. I have never had anything to do with a woman who is older than me. It's always looking for a lady who is younger. Nigerian men prefer younger women. An excerpt from this article said it is not uncommon to see older men dating or marrying significantly younger women in Nigeria. In fact, it's often celebrated as a symbol of the man's success and virility. However, when the roles are reversed, an older woman is involved with a younger man, eyebrows are raised and tongue starts wagging. The woman is often subject to judgment and gossip, labeled with derogatory terms such as a cougar or a sugar mama. And this is the truth. However, one thing that is very certain with a lot of you is that these younger Nigerian men, even when you want to stay on your lane, they keep coming to you online asking for a relationship, especially when you say no. They keep coming telling you all sort of things, how they like you, how they love you, and also they have this strong preference for older women or women older than them. And that's why today let's look at some tips on how to date them. Because one thing is sure, you can't avoid them. That's just the case. So, how do you date them? The first one is put it in mind that he's not doing you a favor. So if you're in a situation where you're dating a younger Nigerian man and you know you've refused to listen to my previous videos because I've made a lot of videos telling you if you're a lady of a certain age and you can't do this and that, avoid younger Nigerian men. But you still want to try your luck. Now, one thing you don't want to do is to put it like he's doing you a favor. Don't present yourself to be in such way because it doesn't matter if you're older than him. Don't see it like he's doing you a favor. And this is why I tell you, ladies, when you meet this man online, never give them a hint on how lonely you are, how you need someone to talk to. Do not put yourself in a situation where it seems like he's doing you a favor because you are older and lonely. And finally, you found someone who's going to keep you company, which is basically what they do. So don't give him that impression to fly with that, he is doing you a favor, because if he gets that notion, you may not say it out rightly, but the way you behave could give him that notion. This is where he start asking you for money, because at that point he was like, okay, wait a minute, you're lonely, you're miserable until I came into your life, and you're happy now, you're baxing, you're shining. You have to pay me for that. I'm doing something good for you. I'm making you happy, and this is why sometimes when I quiz some of these guys, they say, "Oh well, when I met her, she was lonely, and now I'm talking to her. See how happy she is. Is that not effort?" Of course, it's an effort, and so to him, he feels like it's a privilege uh, for him, you're privileged for him to talk to you. So therefore, you have to pay him. And this is something a lot of you are happy to do because it's like, okay, well, he doesn't have money. He keeps me company. He makes me smile. He talks to me. So you have to pay him. That's wrong. Never put yourself in a situation where he feels like he's doing you a favor. If you're lonely, like you are an example of middle of nowhere, do not give him that impression. Make him say like you're fine, you're okay. The moment he get a foothold of this impression, he will tax you because he now knows how important he is in your life. Now, the next tip is follow the natural order. Now, it doesn't matter your age or if you're older than him, as the case is, one thing you must do and ensure you do is to follow the natural order. Now, what is the natural order of things? Well, the natural order of things, when it comes to the Nigerian man's perspective in the dating game, is one, the Nigerian man meets and identifies a woman he wants to be with, and then he pushes to get to that lady. And then when he does, he tries his best to see how he can sweep or woo or toast that lady, not just with words, but also with action. So he is basically chasing you. And the reason is because he wants you in his life. So he chases you, he pursues you, he catches up with you, you give him listening ears, and then if he's someone you want to roll with or work with, I mean, you give him time and chance to prove himself, and then relationship starts. But what I say these days is that these guys identify the woman, they they chase to a limit to her to get her just little. They do this with just words, no action. They love bomb the lady, and then they stop at a point where they know they've gotten this lady on the throat. So what happens? The lady starts chasing the man. And the moment you start doing this where you're chasing the man, you are breaking the law of natural order. Women don't chase men, men chase women. They are interested in it. Is for you to sit back, and do shakara, as we call it in Nigeria. You have to sit back now and decide, do I want to be with you? Why should I be with you? Why should I give you a chance? Tell me, why should I say yes to you? I mean, you have this power instead of you as a woman, to call the shots, make decision, to say no, sorry. You have to convince me more. You have this power as a woman. You need to understand who you are. You got this power in you to make decisions. Not when he chases you one way, makes 1 or 2 video calls. The next thing you're calling him, hello, is the sun shining in your area? Do you guys have moon today? And all of this, because you see this happening. You see the woman chasing the man, making sure that this man must continue that love he has started. Oh, well, I'm just calling you because, I mean, for 2 weeks we spoke. I really did enjoy it, but I've not heard from you for 1 hour. And I was just wondering if something happened to you in the last 1 hour. I've not heard from you. And the guy is like, okay. Yes, something is wrong with me. Oh, babe, what is wrong with you? I lost. And then he tells you he lost his father and his grandfather and his grandfather's father. Oh, babe, all 3 of them the same time? Yes, 3 of them. Oh, babe, what happened? They died of hunger. Hunger? Yeah, Hunger Games? Yeah, Hunger Games. It's happening here. And then, this brings us to the next tip a lot of you do is you cannot buy love. The moment you break the natural order, the next thing you have to do is you have to start paying for love. And this is something a lot of you, when you date older, younger Nigerian men, and it happens to be that you're older, or you're a lady who is advanced in age, and you're lonely, and this man feels that at the age you are, you really need a man. I'll talk on that later. Videos on, you know, women in the 30s, how to date Nigerian men. So this is something a lot of you do. The moment you break natural order, you start trying to buy love. And there's always a pattern to it. There's a strong pattern to it. The strong pattern to it is that the most guys you meet online, they come out to be broke. And the assumption is you have money because you live in the West. Now the thing is, none of you sit back to think like, okay, before I met this guy, how was he surviving? None of you do this because you need to understand why is the correlation always that the moment you are older, 80% of them are automatically broke. Automatically, they are now dependent on you. You become like a job center. 80% of them are broke. The moment it has to do with this online, 80% of them are broke. Why is it always so? You see, you meet this guy and immediately he's homeless. He's having problem paying his rent. He can't feed. You see this pattern of rent issue, medical issues, food problems, family issues, and all of a sudden, these things they come the moment he has put you in a place where you're so in love with him because this time around you chased him, and because you chased him, you have to buy his love. And when you look at it, there's a strong correlation to the fact that 80% of them they do it, especially when you're with the ones who are older or the ones who date women who are a little bit advanced in age. Even if it's few years older, you know, you will still see that they all have this issues. And because you have broken the law of natural order, you would have to now start to buy love. And this is where a lot of you would now start trying to fix issues. You want to fix his joblessness, you want to pay his rent, medical issues, family issues. You have all of these things to do, and which is mistake. It's a big mistake when you dating or having anything to do with a Nigerian man. Now, why is that so? Because if a younger Nigerian man comes to you and he tells you he loves you, he prefers other women and stuff, and for whatever reason, the conversation starts digressing to money and financial problem, you have to remind him from where he's coming from. You know, it's good to always go back memory lane. You know, as I said, taking back memory lane and say, look, babe, just to take you back a little bit, you said you came to me because you prefer older women. So why is it that right now your interest is now on money, and financial stuff? Because I have done my due diligence. I've asked a lot of Nigerian people, and they've made me understand that the moment a Nigerian man starts talking like this, it's red flag. Because Nigerian men don't go about asking the woman they claim to love to pay rent, feed, and all of this. A lovely lady put this out. She said, I say this as a mother of men, a mother of Nigerian men. Dear women everywhere, including you listening to me, do not give the money you make to any man. Yeah, no man who genuinely loves you will collect money from you as a woman. See a man asking you for money as a red flag. This is it, period, on stamp. And this is what I've been trying to make all of you understand, because a lot of you are comfortable in paying the rent of that guy you're dating because you're older. You think you owe him that. You're breaking the natural order of things. You know, you pay his rent and other things, and some of them even come to complain to you that you're not doing well. They give you comparison of one guy who is dating a lady in Canada or US or Germany or the UK, and the lady is spoiling him. He bought him that, bought him this and that, and then you are pushed, you know, you start wanting to send more money. And if you're doing this, you stop. You can't buy love. It doesn't matter if you're older, never buy love. Love is freely given. If it doesn't come to you freely, it's not meant for you. Now, finally, is do not boast about anything. And this is what some of you do it. A lot of you do it. Sometimes your intentions are pure. It's not like you're boasting, but to say the truth is try to keep things private. This guy you're talking with online has no business knowing what you earn weekly, monthly, or annually, what your savings are, or whatever assets or properties you have. He has no business knowing them. Don't be surprised when some of them carefully or stylishly ask you these things. They ask you all of these things so that they can weigh it. They can weigh you to know if you are doing okay and know what you can afford, or weigh you if you are broke. And this is why if you look at women who send money, the demands vary. You see, there are women who send thousands, hundreds of dollars or euro to their partner. This guy has weighed the woman and knows what the woman can give. And then there are some who are demanding 50 euro, $50, £20, £70, £100 because they've weighed you. So these guys would come demand for cars, demand for huge things. When they weigh you, put you on a weighing scale. And then you have those who, when they weigh you and then it comes out that you're broke, they ask you for things like data money, money for paracetamol, uh, ibuprofen, money to feed, money for transport. You know, they know this. And that's why if you sit back and discuss amongst yourself, you see that the demands vary because they weigh you on the scale and know what they can ask you. And this is why you need to be very quiet with things as regards to what you earn, your assets, properties, savings. And The moment some know what you want, they will never leave you. Ah, I will. You know what Jacob told God? I will never leave you or forsake you. They would tell you, I would never leave you or forsake you. It's not about you. It's about what you have on ground, your accounts, balance, your savings, your properties. That's what they would never leave and forsake. And this is why it's important, to keep a lot of things private. Secrets, don't expose them. You know, if this information falls on the wrong hand, you would be with a guy who will stalk on you, like Lionel Richie's song, "Stuck on You." You know the song, right? So you have to be very careful, very, very careful not to put yourself in this situation. Now, guys, if you're listening to me, this video is not to discourage you. There's one thing I cannot do, and I've come to realize it. I can't stop women dating younger Nigerian men. So long as the internet exists, it will certainly happen. But one thing I can do is to give you tips. And the truth about these tips is that these tips would help you filter if this guy truly likes you or not. And if you don't listen to this trip, you would find yourself being scammed, because if you don't follow them, you'll be scammed. And for you to reduce scamming, you have to follow these tips. And when you follow these tips and they see that you, as a lady, you're becoming difficult, you've come to understand that, no, look, you're talking to me, you're not doing me a favor. Oh, wow, I'm worth more than you think. The fact that I'm older than you doesn't mean men are not coming for me. What? Excuse me? Eh? What do you want? I should chase you. Are you okay? Have you seen me? Can I show you my picture? See how beautiful I am? What? Are you okay? You the Chris? You want wahala? Sorry, sorry. I don't give men money. I'm sorry. It's just part of my policy. I don't give men money. I don't pay rent for any man. I'm sorry. All right. Have a lovely day. And also, how much do you earn? Oh, how's that your business? I don't discuss such. The moment he knows that he can't get these things from you, if he truly loves you, he will stay. If he sees he can't get some things from you, he could convert to plan B, because they all have contingency plan. If the first plan was to get money and it doesn't work, then they revert to the contingency plan, which is maybe to travel. And if he sees that he can't get this from you, a lot will revert to plan C, which is to waste your time. So guys, as always, if you want to talk, you can write me on hometruth36gmail.com. Other than that, like, share, subscribe. Home Truth Nigeria. Peace out.